You won't believe the most expensive beef in rap history. But just how costly were these high-profile rapper disputes? Let's dive in and find out. Number 8. Nas vs. Khalees, 2010, $400,000. The divorce between rapper Nas and his ex-wife Khalees, a singer and chef, led to a great series of legal disputes. Their relationship, once prominent in the music world, turned bitter, focusing on issues of domestic violence and custody. In April, Khalees broke her silence about their marriage. She described it as toxic and alleged that Nas was frequently violent towards her, especially under the influence of alcohol. She claimed that during her pregnancy, she experienced physical abuse. This led her to fear for the safety of their unborn child. Khalees stated, "I'm not afraid to throw a punch, but I wouldn't have started it. I'll participate in ending it." Responding to these allegations, Nas issued a 7-part statement on Instagram, denying the accusations of abuse. "I do not beat women," he asserted. "I did not beat up my ex-wife." He accused Khalees of being the violent partner in the relationship. He recounted an incident involving her stepfather intervening in one of her alleged attacks on him. Nas also claimed Khalees was destructive towards his career and hostile towards his daughter from a previous relationship. The baseline of Nas's defense was his claim of Khalees' jealousy and verbal abuse. He argued that Khalees actively worked to sabotage his connections with colleagues and was hostile towards people in his professional circle. Nas admitted to infidelity during their marriage, acknowledging his immaturity and expressing regret. The custody battle over their son Knight added another layer to the conflict. Nas claimed that despite winning joint custody in March, Khalees continued to obstruct his access to their son. He portrayed Khalees' actions as part of a broader pattern of such behavior. 30 Mile Zone News reports that a judge in Los Angeles Superior Court has mandated Nas to pay over $47,249 in overdue child support and $40,454 in debts for spousal support. This sum is in addition to filing requiring him to provide Khalees with $10,000 monthly in spousal support. This is until he clears the existing $299,015 he owes her. Amidst preparations for the release of his collaboration album with Damian Marley, Distant Relatives, on May 18th, he had more to pay. Nas has also been instructed to cover Khalees' legal costs in their divorce, amounting to more than $155K, along with over $48,000 for her accounting fees. Sometimes, clashes occur between rappers and media sources. Number 7. Eminem vs. The Source magazine, 2003. The feud between Eminem and The Source magazine is a complex story of race, music, and cultural integrity. The conflict began in the early stages of Eminem's career. In 1998, The Source, a dominant force in hip-hop journalism, recognized Eminem's talent in its unsigned hype section. Eminem's rise to fame was huge, leading to him being celebrated as the first significant white hip-hop artist and rapper. He achieved immense commercial success and became an MTV staple. However, the relationship soon fell apart. The Source, led by its CEO David Mays and closely affiliated rapper Raymond Scott, known as Benzino, began to view Eminem's success as detrimental to black artists. They perceived this as particularly harmful in a genre that originated in and was shaped by black culture. This led to a feud characterized more by ideological battles and verbal exchanges than direct confrontations. In February 2003, The Source escalated the feud by releasing a CD with snippets of Eminem's early raps. These included derogatory comments about black women. The exact timing of these recordings was disputed, but the release caused a significant stir. The magazine suggested that Eminem might not be sensitive to the black community and issues of race. Benzino, in various mixtapes and his own CD, traded harsh words with Eminem and Shady Records, his label. He called Eminem a culture stealer and depicted himself in The Source holding Eminem's head. Eminem retorted by attacking Benzino's credibility and authenticity in the rap scene. The conflict escalated to the point where Interscope Records, Eminem's label, pulled its ads from the magazine and refused to engage with its reporters. The legal angle of this feud involved Eminem's lawyers attempting to block the release of the early recordings, citing copyright laws. However, a federal judge ruled that the source could release up to 20 seconds of the two previously unreleased works. Eminem responded to the controversy by acknowledging that the recordings were made out of anger and stupidity after a breakup with a black girlfriend. Eminem eventually addressed the controversy in XXL magazine. They were a direct competitor of the sources. There, he offered his perspective on the accusations made by Maze and Benzino. While Eminem apologized for his early lyrics, he accused Maze and Benzino of exploiting the situation for self-promotion and damaging the unifying potential of hip-hop. Our next clashing rappers were involved in a case of assault. Number 6. Mary and Suge Knight vs. Kanye West, 2005. Over $1 million. In a legal dispute, Marion Suge Knight, the infamous founder of Death Row Records, filed a lawsuit against Kanye West and the Shore Club, a Miami nightclub. The lawsuit stemmed from an incident in August 2005 at a party hosted by Kanye West at the club. This event occurred before the MTV Video Music Awards and was attended by various celebrities, including Jessica Alba and the Black Eyed Peas. During the party, Knight was shot, leading to a shattered femur and medical bills exceeding $200,000. Knight also claimed to have lost a 15-carat diamond earring valued at $135K during the commotion caused by the shooting. Despite the severity of the incident, no arrests were made in connection with the attack. Knight's lawyer, Mark Broomer, highlighted the lack of security at the event. He pointed to Knight's status as an icon in the music industry to highlight the expectation of a safe environment. Knight's lawsuit against West and the Shore Club sought damages well over $1 million. The lawsuit's core argument was based on the perceived negligence in security measures at the VIP party. According to Knight's legal team, this negligence failed to prevent someone from bringing a gun into the event. The lawsuit also touched upon the historical context of the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry of the 1990s. It suggested that the West should have anticipated a potentially dangerous environment. Suge Knight, a controversial figure in the hip-hop industry, had a history of legal troubles, including multiple stints in jail. He also had arguments involving Akon's entourage. Additionally, Knight had filed for bankruptcy, and Death Row Records had been auctioned off. Therefore, the lawsuit represented Knight's personal grievance and critical financial pursuit. If successful, the damages awarded would be shared with Death Row's bankruptcy trustee and the Internal Revenue Service. However, in a significant turn of events, a federal judge in Miami dismissed Knight's lawsuit against Kanye West. The judge's order issued on November 4th concluded that there was no evidence to support that a shooting at the party was foreseeable. West's attorney, Adam Josephs, described the lawsuit as ill-conceived. He expressed gratification that the court agreed with their perspective. The dismissal of the lawsuit marked an end to a contentious legal battle. Despite Knight's claims and the high stakes involved, the lack of evidence pointing to foreseeable danger led to the lawsuit's dismissal. This left the shooting circumstances unresolved. Our next rappers went through with a huge defamation lawsuit. Number 5. 50 Cent vs. Rick Ross, 2015. $2 million. In a high-profile legal battle, Curtis Jackson, known as 50 Cent, filed a lawsuit against William Roberts II, better known as Rick Ross, in December 2015. The lawsuit arose from Ross's use of 50 Cent's famed 2003 hit In Da Club. Ross remixed this track for his #Renzel Remixes mixtape. Released on November 27, 2015, as a promotional tool for his 8th studio album, Black Market. 50 Cent's lawsuit was a fight to defend his name, reputation, and brand integrity. His legal team was led by Paul Lukalski of Robbins Kaplan LLP. They emphasized the significance of 50 Cent's carefully built reputation through his Grammy-winning music, acting, and business ventures. The lawsuit alleged that Ross's remix violated 50 Cent's rights and was an unauthorized use of his name, identity, and trademark. The legal team sought to hold Ross accountable for what they deemed as a clear infringement. Craig Weiner, another partner at Robbins Kaplan LLP, reinforced this stance. He highlighted 50 Cent's history of collaborations within the hip-hop community. However, he clarified that this particular instance with Ross was different. According to Weiner, it was a case of outright misappropriation, as 50 Cent had no involvement in Black Market or the preceding mixtape. This legal battle was not the first between 50 Cent and Rick Ross. Their feud had previously resulted in a significant legal judgment against 50 Cent in 2010. He was ordered to pay $7 million for posting a sex tape involving a woman reportedly associated with Ross. In the 2015 case, 50 Cent sought $2 million in damages. The lawsuit highlighted the financial and reputational stakes in high-profile rappers' disputes. It also highlighted the legal complexities that arise when artistic expression intersects with the rights of fellow artists. This is not the only time that rappers have clashed with each other. Number 4. Cardi B versus YouTuber Tasha K. 2019. $4 million. In a landmark defamation lawsuit, rapper Cardi B emerged victorious against YouTuber Tasha K and her company Keep Studios LLC. The 2019 case concluded with Cardi B being awarded over $4 million, including $1.3 million to cover legal fees. The lawsuit was filed after Tasha K posted nearly 40 videos containing false claims about Cardi B's sexual health, drug use, marriage, and her child's well-being. These videos, which attracted millions of views and significantly boosted Tasha K's subscriber count, were part of her monetized channel. During the trial, Tasha K acknowledged that her content was sometimes fictitious and that she was aware of the untruthfulness of some rumors she propagated. She admitted to presenting these rumors as facts, even referring to herself as a journalist. Her primary objective, however, was entertainment and viewer engagement. Her statements during the trial revealed a clear intent to increase traffic and ad revenue at the expense of factual accuracy and ethical reporting. Cardi B's emotional testimony that the videos made her extremely suicidal was a pivotal moment in the trial. The jury found Tasha K liable on all 3 counts, including the intentional infliction of emotional distress. This verdict brought financial retribution for Cardi B and served as a warning for social media personalities who blur the lines between gossip and news. Cardi B, a social media expert herself, used these platforms to launch her career. She went from a dancer at a strip club to a reality TV star and eventually to a chart-topping rapper. Her talent in personal branding and direct communication with fans significantly influenced her rise to fame. However, this same exposure made her a target for defamatory content by creators like Tasha K. The next rap beef is as surprising as it was intense, going from friends to enemies. Number 3. Remy Ma vs. Makeda Barnes-Joseph, 2007. $10 million. The legal battle involving Remy Smith, known professionally as Remy Ma, is an interesting story. This Grammy-nominated rapper and her entourage member, Makeda Barnes-Joseph, experienced betrayal, violence, and its dramatic aftermath. Adding to Remy Ma's troubles, Barnes-Joseph has filed a $10 million civil lawsuit against her. Remy Ma's lawyer, Ivan S. Fisher, portrayed his client as a victim of theft by someone she had trusted and supported. He described how Remy Ma had risen from homelessness to fame, providing for those in her circle. Yet she faced betrayal when Barnes-Joseph allegedly stole $3 grand from her. The incident leading to the trial occurred on July 14, 2007. Fisher explained that a struggle over a purse containing the missing cash resulted in an accidental shooting. Remy Ma believed Barnes-Joseph had taken the money. In an attempt to retrieve her purse to search it, she accidentally shot Barnes-Joseph in the abdomen. This event unfolded after a night out at a club in the meatpacking district. After noticing the missing money, Remy Ma confronted Barnes-Joseph in her Nissan Maxima, which led to the fateful struggle. However, the jury found this version of events unconvincing. Remy Ma was convicted of intentional assault, which carries a potential sentence of up to 25 years in prison. She was acquitted of witness intimidation charges. The verdict was a significant blow to Remy Ma, who had been optimistic about an acquittal, as indicated by her emotional reaction upon being taken into custody. Throughout the trial, Remy Ma maintained a confident demeanor, seen by her striking courtroom attire. Fisher, known for defending federal narcotics cases, brought a confident approach to the trial. He even brought a .45 caliber semi-automatic handgun to court to reenact the shooting. He assured the judge that it could not be fired. The prosecution, led by Michael McIntosh, showed a different side to the story. They argued that Remy Ma, far from being a victim, had acted with intent. They pointed out her actions following the shooting, including fleeing the scene in a taxi and abandoning her Cadillac Escalade. These actions were indicative of her guilt. McIntosh challenged the defense's narrative of an accidental shooting, questioning why Remy Ma did not express shock or sympathy or call 911 after the incident. Remy Ma's defense relied heavily on the testimony of a ballistics expert. The expert argued that the shooting was a reflexive action during the struggle. Fisher emphasized the stress and chaos of the moment. He suggested that Remy Ma was not only financially but physically victimized that night. However, Remy Ma was found guilty and convicted, bringing an end to the legal battle. Sometimes, clashes between rappers can come with a dark ending. Number 2. The Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur, 1996 to 1997. The feud between Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G., born Christopher Wallace, is perhaps the most infamous and tragic in hip-hop history. Their conflict deeply merged with the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, escalated to a level that ultimately led to both artists' untimely deaths. The animosity began in 1994 when Shakur was ambushed and wounded at a New York City recording studio. Shakur, who initially had a friendly relationship with Wallace, felt betrayed after the shooting, especially after learning that Wallace and Sean Diddy Combs were at a nearby recording studio at the time. Shakur openly accused them of having prior knowledge of the attack, a claim both denied. This division was further fueled by various musical releases, including Wallace's Who Shot Ya?, which Shakur interpreted as a taunt, and Shakur's Hit 'Em Up, a direct diss track aimed at Wallace. Reggie Wright Jr., former security chief at Death Row Records, noted that the rivalry reached a boiling point at the 1995 Source Awards, with Death Row co-founder Marion Suge Knight openly disrespecting Combs. This tension spilled over into the streets, leading to violent confrontations between members of the respective music labels and their associated gangs. On September 7, 1996, after a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas, Shakur was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting. This crime has remained unsolved for decades. Recently, Dwayne "Keefy D" Davis was arrested and charged with orchestrating Shakur's killing, an indictment that shed new light on the case. 6 months after Shakur's death, Wallace was also killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, leaving the hip-hop world in shock and grief. Tinsley recounted Wallace's reaction to Shakur's death, stating, "Biggie cried. He was like, I always thought we were going to have a chance to reconnect." The next beef on our list is just as interesting. Number 1. Lil Wayne vs. Birdman, 2015, $51 million. The legal dispute between Lil Wayne and Birdman is among two of the most iconic figures in rap. Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., known as Lil Wayne, signed with Cash Money Records as a youth. He was groomed for success under the wing of Brian Williams, famously known as Birdman. Wayne rapidly rose to stardom, eventually becoming the face of the label. His pivotal role in its success was especially notable after the departure of his Hot Boys groupmates and producer, Manny Fresh. However, the relationship between Lil Wayne and Birdman, often publicly referred to as father and son, deteriorated dramatically in the following years. Wayne accused Cash Money and Birdman of cheating him out of millions of dollars and limiting his creative freedom. The tipping point came with the continuous delay of Wayne's much-anticipated 12th studio album, The Carter 5. Frustrated by the repeated pushbacks, Wayne took to Twitter on December 4, 2014. He expressed his desire to leave the label and his feeling of being a prisoner to his contract. The situation escalated on January 25, 2015, when Lil Wayne filed a $51 million lawsuit against Cash Money. He accused Birdman of violating their contract by withholding the release of the Carter 5. The lawsuit sought to release Wayne from his Cash Money contract and free his Young Money roster. This roster included superstars like Nicki Minaj and Drake. Amidst the legal issues, Lil Wayne publicly distanced himself from Birdman. In a February 2015 Rolling Stone interview, he declared they were not on speaking terms. He continued to express his disappointment and frustration with Cash Money, notably through his music and public appearances. In March 2015, during the Young Money Up Next cypher, Wayne notably dissed Birdman. The feud intensified with Wayne shouting, "F*** Cash Money," during a concert in April 2015. The legal battle took a complex turn when Lil Wayne moved his lawsuit from New York to New Orleans, where Cash Money's based. As the case unfolded, startling allegations surfaced. These included an indictment claiming Birdman and Young Thug conspired to kill Lil Wayne, following a shooting incident at Wayne's tour bus in April 2015. Despite these severe accusations, Birdman and Young Thug were not formally charged in relation to the shooting. The feud took various turns over the years, with brief moments of apparent reconciliation. These included Lil Wayne and Birdman appearing together at events and even hitting the studio in early 2016. However, the legal battles continued, with Wayne filing a $40 million lawsuit against Universal Music Group in March 2016. He alleged the misuse of funds intended for him to cover Birdman's debts. The ongoing legal battle remained unresolved as of late 2016. The future of Young Money and the relationship between these two rap figures remained uncertain. These rap beefs might have cost a fortune, but sometimes even the richest rappers face financial woes. Speaking of which, you won't believe the stories of famous rappers who got foreclosed on. Their tales of financial downfall are just as gripping. Don't miss out on these surprising twists and turns. Click here to watch next.